Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the Professor with Day Trading for Success. Let me check our latency on this for a second. See, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's only like 3 seconds. Wow, that's fast this morning. Hope that's true for everybody out there. Anyway, so we're going to be trading on Thinkorswim. I'm going to go over everything pretty quickly, what we're doing today for those of you that are new, and what this layout is as well. So we're going to be trading a range-bound strategy this morning, probably about 15 minutes after the open, although I might take an open trade, which I never recommend people do. Remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so you can watch me trade, but you should do your own due diligence before you take any trade. So on this range-bound strategy, basically we're doing the strike and recoil, but it's based on Day Trading Volume 1's rules from that book, where you create a range, a high and a low, that you're looking to have a large cap move in between, like a big python, say. Big snake moving up and down in that high and low range, and you're looking to go long off the low and short off the high of that range. So we start by marking that range with the ATR levels, and then we kind of do some micro data leveling to kind of get into where we can really reduce that channel, we'll call it high and low, down to a much smaller level price range. When we trade the strike and recoil, which is what we're going to be doing, it's basically looking for a stock to strike, like go a direction really quick, up or down. We call that the strike. And then we go the opposite way. We go into the recoil. Now, all we're looking to do is to get a recoil of like 10 cents from the value of that stock, 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents. It's the level of share size that determines how much money you're going to make, whether you're doing 50, 100, 200, or 500 shares. So that's where, tiny trades can add up very quickly. Small amounts of trades, I mean, not necessarily tiny in share size. That's completely up to you. I'll probably be trading somewhere between 100 and 200 shares, maybe 50 on some of the very fast moving stocks. But that's the essence of the whole strategy, is that when it strikes one direction, we go the other direction. Now, what's to stop it from continuing to strike or stretch that strike longer? We think it's recoiling, but it continues to go. Well, nothing, obviously. You want to have the right data to try to guess that, but you always have to have a maximum loss per trade, maximum loss per day. What you'll see me do is I'm usually entering in 25% of my positions. So if I win with 400 shares, 100 share, I could ultimately go to 400 shares. If I go to 50, enter with 50, ultimately would go to 200 shares. Often you will see me take a trade where it doesn't recoil and I'm stuck, and I make a decision. Do I add to it because I'm going to catch the next recoil down so that my price point gets closer to it? Or do I add to it and it goes against me again, and then I add to full share size and it's still going against me? It's not recoiling, it's starting to trend, and then I might make a decision, hey, I'm going to hold this into a day trade. And that's what I will often do. So I'll try to keep my max share size under what my account can afford, where I don't have to margin. This particular account I'm trading, I think it's all the way up to like 48K now, but it started at 42 when we started doing this strike and recoil, and it's slowly gone up over the last 2 months. And now I have more room to get, to carry 200 shares, for instance, without actually holding margin. Remember, your margin, you can margin 4 times, but overnight it's only 2 times. So you don't want to get a margin call if you're holding more than 2 times the value. So keep that in mind. Now, I'm talking to people like they know how to trade. This is not a beginner conversation, and nothing here is really for beginners. It might be fun to watch, and you can see the potential of making a living pretty quickly by this strategy, but you should really be trading in a simulator first and learning. But, you've got to see it happen. You got to see the big boys trade, right? You got to see what people are doing. I have a crowd here on Zoom. I'm getting to more and more people are coming in on stream. You can see me streaming pretty much every morning. I will trade a lot of the afternoons, and then exclusively the middle of the day is set for the Zoom traders that are high stake, high share size traders that all have been registered to do that. So that's a different type of thing. Here you're going to see 50, 100, 200 shares on these large and mega cap stocks, all averaging over $25 billion market cap. So those are the stocks we're trading. That's the basic strategy we're trading. And now let's dig into a little bit deeper. And I'm going to give an update on what I think the market's going to do today, in my opinion, and before we get ready to trade. Okay, so what you have here is the Thinkorswim layout. Over here I have custom scanners. These have been coded to catch specific stocks for this type of trading, right? So on number one, the consolidation one, it's stocks priced between $25 and $500, but the big thing is it's going to be 100K volume per 1 minute candle minimum. So Apple, I'm actually surprised Apple's on here, but it must be averaging over 100K in a 10-day period. But most of them will be over 100K. This is a special indicator. You can get this for free over at the $1 Million Margin Club, so you should go grab it. What it's doing is it's checking the liquidity for us. In order to do that strike and recoil, where you recoil really quick and make that money, and then you get 10 or 15 trades, you have $100 a day, $200 a day, $500 a day before you know it, you have to have that liquidity. So these large caps, we get the benefit of them for the most part just always retracing, always coming back. And when I say always, most of the time, nothing's always. So the probability of them retracing, right? So you get that going for you. Now you need to find one that's actually giving you the liquidity as it's lumbering along and not just staying 2 cents, you know, between the ask and the bid the entire time. Like you look at Apple right here, look at the spread, 32 and 3. But it's right now you're not going to have, because it's, interesting. I don't have the spread up here on this. This is a new indicator. I just stopped myself dead in conversation because there should be a spread right here, and it bothers me that it's not there. But so let me do something here. I just want to make sure I'm set to trade. These are all I do coding for Charles Schwab Thinkorswim platform, and I am a professional coder as well as a professional trader, and these you may not have unless you get. This is the new one that you're going to see me use today called the Intraday Reaction Zone, and there's a link to get that now. But right now I'm looking for, sorry to interrupt my little entry here, but I have to make sure I'm ready to trade when we get ready to go here. Where are you? Where are you? Give me a second, guys. Most of these you can get at the $1 Million Margin Club. This one you can get for free over there. This is the one I was talking about. Here we go. Candle range tracker. So this is the one. I'm going to add this on here. It's going to get busy up there. It's got my spread. This is showing the last 5 candles and then giving you the average. The newer one that I put up here that I stream, oh, now the spread's up here. Ugh, okay. Of course. So I guess just because it was pre-market, it wasn't doing. So now I'm going to get rid of that one again. So that's this one I just added. So apply. Okay, there we go. So I've streamlined this where it doesn't show the last 5 candles and what they did. Instead, it just tells me what this is for. Why this is so important is when it strikes and you're recoiling, this is going to give you what you want to go for in pennies, right? And it'll actually show them right here, how close are you to getting it, because you want to react quickly, right? So it's going to show you what to go for. It's sort of like a risk oscillator, like it's controlling your risk. Don't overstay your welcome. And then this is a new liquidity one that I just coded. This will be the first time using it live. It's going to judge this liquidity. If you've been watching, you'll see me go over here and count. Like I'll look at a number, the 96 cents. It could be on the ask or the bid, and I'll count to like 15 and see, does that move 10 to 15 cents in that short a period of time? This is actually going to tell me whether it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Now, pre-market, It's not doing too good, but you know, so this is going to be a test on this. So that's why I streamlined this so it wouldn't be so busy up here, and it gave me just what I needed: the average, what I should be going for, how many pennies. I just need to look at this. I don't even look at the money. I can just look right at that. And then this I just need to look for the moment when I come to the stock, these two things, to see, am I getting the overall volume in the 1 minute candle, and am I getting the liquidity within that volume? If you've not been watching me trade, that was a lot. But when you see these trades go, you're going to see how that is really helpful. So getting back to these scanners, so this is these are being $25 to $500 over 100K volume per 1 minute on average. Oh, that's at 80, and then an ATR of above 2. And these are going to pop up, and you'll see me. They'll link right to the screen. And then this one, the number 2, is also coded. This is between $25 and $400, ATR of over 3. Only a 10K volume per 1 minute candle. So you're going to get a lot more stocks here. But what it did is it programmed in the liquidity. So although it's only 10K, it has to move 15 cents within a short period of time. I say a minute, but it really is within 10 to 30 seconds. If it's not moving it, then they're not tradable as far as the strike and recoil. Then this third one that I coded in is 50K per 1 minute candle, okay? And it's between $25 and $200 and only a $2 billion market cap or more. So this is going to get mid caps down here. So other ones to choose from: ATR of over $1.50. And, you know, so these are kind of in progressive go. If I can't find something to trade, which usually I can immediately right up here. But it does give, if you trade throughout the day or if you trade a different style, these will give you others to go for. All those ones are available. I have links to them. They're wicked cheap. I would get them if you don't know how to do it yourself. Okay, so then over here we have a 1 minute chart, and then we have a day chart reduced. We have the active trader. We have the level 2. We have a 5 minute. I'm going to go pretty quick here, guys, because we've got to get a lot done before I start trading. For those that are new here, for everybody who's not, go get a cup of coffee and come back in a minute. Oh, no, you're kidding me. It's not going to do my, it's not going to let me, oh, no, it's not going to let me do that. So, guys, I'm going to have to block this so you can't see my account when I log back in. I've got to log back in here, guys. So let me just take that off there for a minute so you can just see me, but I'm going to log out of this and log back in, and hopefully you won't see this. I'm looking over at the screen to make sure you can't see my password being entered here. And it's not there, so that's good. But you can still see me, which is really the most important thing, said my id. Let's see. Okay. We're going to be right back on with the whole screen. Here we come. And full screen back on. So, the charts. Let me get this adjusted real quick, guys. The way I like it, you know. Got to hide this so you don't see my account pop up when I make trades. And now we should be back to where I was a moment ago. You can also get this clock over there for free at the $1 Million Margin Club. When you're there, you should try to support them and get the scripts that you want. That's what I was looking to make sure that it did. So on this 1 minute chart, this is where I'm going to be taking the trades. And over here on the 5 minute chart, I'm going to look at a little bit bigger perspective as I trade throughout the day. Make sure everything's working. Yep. Okay. So let's go over what's on here. I just told you about what this was. The other things that we have on here is we have the new indicator that I've been working with for a while. Well, let's go over from the top. I have the 9 exponential and the 20 exponential moving average, the VWAP. The simple moving averages for the 50, 100, and 200 based on the day. So when you see them, they should be respected. I have the MACD. These are all used by prop firms. These are the ones that are programmed, bought, and paid for, spent thousands and thousands of dollars for prop firms. And you're able to see them here or get them at the $1 Million Margin Club for wicked cheap. This is just going to tell you an arrow so you don't have to figure out out which way to go. Same with the buy-sell oscillator, which is based on the relative strength index. The market magnet is another one that's, you'll see me use all these throughout the day, so you can decide whether you want to use them or not. The multi-chart alignment, this is split into two ways. You see the vertical lines going up, telling you when the different time increments are on the different charts, and what are they seeing? Are they red or green? And really, you want to trade with the crowd, so that's why that's important. So I'm not going to break down how each one of these works right now because there is not time, but I will just giving you the basic ones here. So there's that one that you can get for free. That's the average. Okay, this is the scalp liquidity meter that is not available yet. I'm checking it out. Okay, that's the one we just talked about. This one is now available. This is the intraday reaction zones. This has the ATR and the pre-market levels. It has the quarter, half, and full ATR and the pre-market high, low, and center. Whole and half dollars will populate when it opens where the crowd trades, and then I have no idea what that's one that I coded, trying to figure out what that is for. I don't know what that is, true target, but there's a scalp pro meter. I did a lot of coding this weekend, so I'll have to, that's up here, whatever it is, we'll see. And then, so that's what's on this chart, okay? And then over on the 5-minute chart, we have the multi-chart alignment and then the market pulse, so you're kind of seeing and you also have the intraday reaction zones here. So this is going to help me when I look at the 5-minute. So basically, these are all designed to help me. I didn't go into this one. This is one of the most important. These two really, seeing what you're going to go for the strike and recoil and how to get into the trade. These are really the most important ones here. This is going to tell you when you're crossing the EMA. Down here too, as well as if the current volume is passing the last volume, it'll turn blue. You'll hear a ding. It's going to show you the price action inside the candle. So this is what the pros get, where the pros get the leg up that you never see, so they can see what's about to happen. You just see a candle. You don't see what's happening inside. They get to see what's happening inside. So this shows you that, even gives you a little meter. So this is a pretty cool indicator, and usually the first trade will pay for it. So that's sort of the whole setup there, guys, which you will be seeing me trade. Now, as far as the open, I do have to determine what I want to trade at the open today. But what else is up here that you don't see is, because of the volatility of the White House, the news cycles that are coming in, hang on. I got to keep the caffeine going. You need to watch the news. What's usually great about mega and large caps is the news doesn't matter unless it's very specific. The catalyst, news catalyst of just every day, whatever's happening, doesn't usually move these big stocks. However, that being said, yeah, lately it has been a war, and then that hurts fuels prices so much. You guys have all watched it. Market's going up and down. It's affecting big tech. It's affecting everything. My general feeling about that, and I'll break into how I'm dealing with that as we trade, is I kind of feel we're near, I could be wrong, but I feel we're kind of like the worst it could be. The market's corrected. So what are the choices? Boots on the ground. In some way, people might find that relieving, and the market might go up because it's, hey, the strait's going to get open. I don't know. Maybe it'll be just devastating and the market will tick down. History shows that in the first couple of weeks, the market makes its 80% of its correction in the first couple of weeks. That's already been done. So if it were to continue to go down, probably, makes it on the probability, it wouldn't go down more than 10 or 20% that it hasn't gone down yet. But really, boots on the ground might make it go up. A peace plan would definitely make it go up. So doing nothing is what I don't know about. So that's just my opinion on it. I don't know. Now, we've got other reports we want to talk about that are coming out that could affect overall. It's very emotional, the market right now, and normally we don't have to worry about that, but we do now. So that's just my 2 cents on it. So linked to it here, unlinked, I have the SPY news. This is right on Thinkorswim, okay? And then linked up here that I have 6 screens around me. I have Apple specific news. So whatever stock I go to, it's going to have specific. Good. I have barely any delay. That's outstanding. And then over here, I have Benzinga. Yeah, this is Benzinga. And this is going to give me, it's made extra big so I can read it. And that's going to give me more general news as well as stock news and political news, kind of. So what do we have to think about today? So coming out this week, CPI inflation report, the PPI production price index, the initial jobs claim is Thursday at 8:30 a.m. And the Fed is speaking throughout the week, but he's got a very hawkish tone. So I don't expect that we're going to have cuts. So I think it's just status quo, although if one of those CPI or the the jobless or CPI, what's the other one I just mentioned? I can't think of it. The PPI. Okay, woo, the PPI. If those have really weird, skewed results, that might affect us. So we want to keep listening to that, thinking about that. Basically, the biased I try to call every morning, and I do have the analyst ratings that I go by, as well as I'm trading in a studio here. I have a lot of people up on Zoom. We talk. I have a lot of people filing in here on the stream. We don't talk, except through chat and emails mostly. But I do every morning with Charlie and her crew. She is helping put together what we should be doing as a biased. I think it's out the window because of the news cycles I was just talking about, that we can't really count on a biased. I think right now, today, until Trump says this next thing, is going to be the calmest we've had in a while. Last I looked, we were going up just a little bit. So I think we could be just pretty steady. Here's what it's saying on data, the best we can have it. The SPY is slightly short biased. The QQQ is neutral. NVIDIA, neutral. Apple, neutral. Tesla, short biased. AMD, neutral but lean short. Micron, neutral. Palantir, neutral. Amazon, neutral. Yeah, so it's just like I'm saying, like it's kind of Netflix is neutral, Intel short bias. I can't trade those two guys. I don't know why you keep putting those up. I know Intel had a big move, but it didn't have the liquidity that we needed. So if you were just going to take a trade for the day, that's a different strategy. And that is not a dumb thing to do. That could really work for you if you guess the direction right. Now, are we going to do bracket trading today? I thought about it. Let me do a quick. We're basically going to go, our goal this month is 3,000 just for this month. Let me show you what happened the first couple of days here. Now, I did come back on Thursday afternoon, the day before it stopped trading, and I got it up to 400. So we've already started with that much. And we're going to try to get to 3,000. So we got a big jump on that. And this strategy, as you know, 87 to 89% accurate, the strike and recoil now for 2 months straight. So I'm willing to say that's the accuracy of it. I've had some red days, but manageable, and overall green for the month, which is great. And you know me, I don't usually have red days, so it was kind of, it had been a while. I'm not trying to sound pretentious, but it was a psychological issue for me. It really was. It's like, even though it was low amount, it's the accuracy that got me, and I had to go back to my old training, like that doesn't matter. Look at the overall view, quit beating up yourself, have a conversation with yourself like you would have for somebody else that's down on themselves. What would you tell them? Have that same conversation with you, lift you back up, and show that you've got a lot to offer, and that's nothing. That's a little tiny blip in your radar, your accuracy. So, but it was a little shocking for me, excuse me. We've got about 9 minutes. So I relearned that was okay. And I relearned to be careful, a little bit more careful, because one of those, I definitely was 200 down near the end of the market. I doubled that down. Now, I mean, we're not talking big numbers here, but still, it could have been, right? But I doubled the negative, and you guys saw me do it live. And I even said, this is a stupid trade. And I took the trade anyway. There was no setups. I was just trying to recover so I could be green, but there were no setups. It was idiotic. And I lost more money. I can be very stupid like the general people out there. So that's our biased, generally talking. Now, if I were to do a bracket, everything's neutral. I probably would do the Q, I'm thinking, like I did last week, although I am worried about it I just don't know what direction to call it. So brackets right now, when you don't have a bias, brackets are just not smart. So I talked about doing brackets this week, meaning it's a trailing stop and you go in and you trade it for the day, or you get out. Remember, when I take a trade, at any time I might come over and say, that's green enough, I'm going to get out. And that is my trading plan. My trading plan isn't to keep it to its max profit. My trading plan is if I don't see it and it goes to its max profit, that's great. But if I happen to come over there and I'm taking in all the information of the day and it's like, gosh, my max up is 200 and it's up $90 right now, I don't know if it's going to keep going up. I think I'll just take it. I don't have a problem with doing it. That's in my plan to just get green, go green. When you're only going for 150 a day or 200 a day or 300 a day, and you can get 1/3 of it on a bracket swing trade real quick while you're scalping the rest, why not? Do it. Put the money in the bank. That's just my attitude. You should have your own trading plan, obviously. You might want to hold those. Some people would say, oh man, he can't. He doesn't have the nerve. You could say that, certainly. If you've watched me trade, you probably know that's not true. Or you could say, he just wants to pocket the money in case it reverses, and because he doesn't know, and nobody knows. Nobody knows. If I look at that and I say, I don't have a good probability that's going to continue to go my way. I don't see it. I could just say, I put the trade there, so I'm going to hold it. Gosh darn it. That was my rule, but that isn't my rule. So I'm just trying to make that clear for you when you see it and you go, hey, because if you're going to try to emulate me, then you should know what I'm really thinking. Right? How I will scale in, how I will make that trade suddenly into a day trade if I can afford it, rather than get out for a loss. In the end, I just want to get green. I'm going to trade the way I trade, so it's very hard to copy what I do, which of course I don't recommend anyway. As you know, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. So that big long speech, I don't think I'm going to do a bracket trade this morning, guys, but that doesn't mean I won't be doing them through the month. When we get a clearer direction, then I will think about taking those longer out throughout the day trades. But until then, I'm not going to do it. So right now I'm going to focus on what might I trade at the open. So having the reaction areas on Apple is probably something I would do. Let me read the Apple news. Here's our Apple news here. So they have an adjustment to 320 from 310. So right now, my general feeling is, there's no current news for the open, but my general feeling is that all these tech stocks are a buy. I think they're 30 to 40% undervalued right now. And even if we have boots on the ground, I think eventually, I don't know what catastrophic might happen, but I think long term, and I mean, when I say long term right now, I'm thinking like a couple weeks, honestly, they're going up. I think it would be hard to get them much lower than they are now, maybe another % down or something, but that's just the way I feel, my opinion. They're about to go way up. They're all low. Nvidia, Apple, MU, Tesla, that's a different story. And I can talk about their IPO that's coming, not Tesla, but, Musk's IPO that's coming out for SpaceX. But how I plan to trade that. I'll talk about that, how we've talked about trading that, because it's really not fair. There's a whole thing, because there are people here that we know that have some of SpaceX now, before it's an IPO. And are they going to hold it for 180 days? I mean, what's really going to happen here? Are they going to be able to get out? What's the float? How's the float really going to work? It's a very sketch IPO, the way they're talking about it right now. So I'd be really careful about that. But we can dive deeper into that as we get close to it. So now with the 3 minutes that there is left, I need to discover the levels on Apple that I may, this is the only one I'm going to go for at the open. It's the safest for me. Oops. Where are we here? So you can see these levels have already populated. Those are the pre-markets. We're right in the center, which is kind of good here, right? So do I want to create any other historical data levels based on the 5 minute? Here was a peak. This is from me doing that video yesterday. Let me edit this back to my blue lines. And this one is, yeah, okay. So maybe that's, plus it's the center. Here's another, the day before that. That might be a level. So I'd be looking for a dip to go long. That's what I'd be doing. I just want to make sure there's not a news cycle that is telling it that we're all about to go down. I don't see it. So I'm looking for a dip to go long, and then I'm going to react quickly to get out. I would think my fail-safe would be down here, meaning my where I would cut the loss, 255. Yeah, so it's not even a whole dollar. So I keep that in mind when I look at my share size then, that I can go a little bit higher share size on this. So I'll go to 100 shares. Oops. On this open and see if I can catch a dip here and then go long. If I don't catch it, I'm not going to chase it. I might catch a short off this ATR. I really need to see, you know, trading the first candle is just literally like you're in a casino rolling the dice. You've got all these orders that are washing out, that are waiting. You don't know. You don't even know when you're going to get picked up, because when you push the button, it doesn't, you know, Thinkorswim is notorious for not giving you the price that you want. So you got to take all these into consideration when you even consider trading the first candle. Then even the first 5 candles, it's like, you don't really know direction. You have no indicators except historical data and the reaction zones. That's all you have. You don't have the RSI. You don't have the MACD. You don't have EMAs and SMAs. You don't have any of that stuff. You know, so Bollinger's, whatever you use. The only thing you really have is short-term historical data. Now, the pre-market's based on the pre-market data, and the ATRs, the reaction zones, are based on yesterday's close, ATR, average true range over a 14-day period. So we have quarter, half, and full for that. Okay, so that all being said, I'm ready to go in. We have 5 seconds. Here we go. I'm going to look for a dip down here, guys. You do what you want to do. I would be very careful. Wow, it just took off. All right, so now I'm thinking about shorting it up here. Got a cat that came up. That's good. Studio cat. That's a muse. It's going to help. Yeah, so I'm missing the first candle. Too bad. That would have been a good trade to catch. But probably if I sold the ask, it wouldn't even have picked me up till down here or something. So you see the VWAP going up with it. So that tells you that that's the bulk of the capital, that's not a weak move. You know, that's not just a stupid move. That's one bit of data we can look at as we watch this. So be careful going short is what I'm telling myself right now. I'm thinking like, I don't know, man. That was all the way up there. This is about to flip to the next candle, which now becomes safer. You get filled easier when we get to the second minute as far as the Thinkorswim mechanics. Again, this is not the strategy we're going to trade today. This is just the fun trade and see if we can make some quick money. I'm going to watch this for a minute. It's not moving real quick. I'm looking over at some of the others. Tesla went up $2. What did MU do? Oh, it stayed steady for once. Wow, interesting. Usually it's like you look over, it's $10 up. Yeah, so now think about shorting this except for that VWAP. Look at it. Man. You know, if it was sitting down here still, but no, it went right up with it. That's a lot of shares up there, guys. So let me look at some of these others. That went up. Amazon, see, everything's kind of going up. So that is where the market is going. The SPY is up $1. The QQQ is up $1, $2 now. So Now I have those set separate right over here so I can watch their actual, look at the Q go, their actual action here just at a glance. Wow, huh? I'm going to take a short here, guys, just because what goes up must come down. So if it keeps, I want it to pound up to where it was, and then I'll short it off to 50 cent. So I'm looking here at the ask to see if I get near the 50 cent marks, 257.50. It's a chance for sure. We don't have enough data to call this, but I'm going to go for it. I'm actually thinking about going for it lower because it's fading. Should have got it at the 30. It got to like 38 cents there. Is it gonna bounce up? Nope, that was it. It's coming back down. So this is just from years and years of scalping and watching price action that I'm willing to take a chance here. But it is a chance for sure. Well, all trading some chance. There we go. I'm gonna try to get that. So I got it. It actually filled me pretty quickly there, which was good as far as their mechanics working. Now I'm going to just try to get a small trade in here if it doesn't keep shooting straight up against me, which it is doing. Yeah, the whole mark. Well, though the SPY went down. Is there news on Apple? Other than it raised that, the level of it. But I would look to add to this at the 58. If it hits 58, yeah, I'm going to go add. It picked me up. There, it picked me up. So now I'm in the soup, guys. This could be a... so I'm all the way up to 57.76. It dipping down there is highly possible. And I have to think about, do I want to hold this for the day? Or if it keeps going against me? Or this is the most I would want to put in so I don't have to worry about margin. Remember I talked about that could happen? But I'm still holding out for a quick dip here and to make some money real quick, so we can get on to the actual trading and the fun and games being over. So here comes a bit of a dip. Let's see if it dips some more for me. You can see the buyers are steadily going up here, so not a good thing. But the VWAP's down here now, okay? And we do have a resistance level right here, which is the half ATR. So we're getting into an area where I can make money. Question is, do I want to hold out for a lot, or should I just get out for a little bit of green and stop the reindeer games, which is kind of the way I'm feeling right now. Because again, I don't know what levels, I have nothing to go by what levels these might do. And unfortunately, it came back pretty quickly to go against me. So I could have taken a lesser loss there. Let's see here. So that is a reversal sign. Good, a dragonfly there at the top. We got a good reversal sign. Let's see if we can get a good dip here. Not counting on it, I'll tell you that. Got a reversal sign. Let's get some retracement down here. We're very close to my position now. And let me just take something there. What did I get that? I tried to get it at 69, which would be over $10, but just a small trade, 14 bucks. Okay. So if you watch the way I trade, don't yell at me for not holding it. I just wanted to get green. That's all I was going for originally. Well, maybe more because it was the open, but I don't trust this to continue to go down. I don't have enough data. So I'm just going to take the green, and we have 100% accuracy. I'll see you tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. So now we want to wait till about 15 minutes into the market, roughly. We want to, I'll go over this again. My voice is getting dry here. So for those of you that knew what I'm doing here, where these scanners help me, is I'm going to look at the close, the open, and where we are now for the mark, right? And I'm going to see how close is it and which way is it going, which way is it short-term biased, right? And if it's very close, it means we may have a contender to trade in that consolidation channel. So we're going to go over and take a look at it. But we want to wait for the real pre-market or open market orders to shake out. We want to try to find, where people are just now looking at it fresh for the day, and they're grinding along with the 10 million retail traders are grinding along with their day trades and their scalps. And then we're going to trade with the crowd. We're going to go along with the momentum of the crowd. Yeah, this would end up being a really good trade. I would love to see if we want to continue to trade this. This VWAP holds this. This would be outstanding because we'll start to get some levels here. Because what we're looking for are ceilings and floors in a channel. This would be an ideal channel here between the quarter and the half with the VWAP to back it up. That would be outstanding. All these gray lines, by the way, are $half and whole dollar levels, which is psychological levels, and those instantly populated when the market opened. So we have a lot of support if it kept going down, if we were going long. So really, to me, short, I would call this, I'd rather go short off the ceiling, which right now is below the half ATR. So the market magnet is showing us the high. That's what that, I mean, it showed it there with a bubble, but that dotted line, that dashed line is the high based on the market magnet. So you have most of the volume, price volume down here. That's what the magnet's showing us. Most of the share size right here. That's what the VWAP showing us. And then you have the reaction levels of the pre-market from previous historical data levels all around this. So I'm not going to draw any other levels right now. I drew a couple down here for the open strategy, but right now I'm actually just going to get rid of those. And we're just going to keep the reaction zones and the whole and half dollars. That's plenty to see if we end up trading this stock anymore, you know. So we started green, which is good, not much. We want real action on the liquidity. This is great. Let me just make sure this thing's working right. 52. Yeah, yep, that is. I don't know if I call it elite, but it's definitely, yeah, it is. It's elite. Yeah, so that's good. This is going good. I'm sure if I went to MU, it's going to say elite up here. Yeah. This is the old way I would look at it. I would count. I would look at one of these numbers and just count and see, did it move 10 cents? That just moved 30 cents. This would be a scary stock to trade, you know, for the strike and recoil. You'd want to probably lower your share size. It is one of the more unpredictable ones to trade. Oh, don't do this again. Are you doing this again? Oh, no, really? Oh, my God. That's why I turned off the computer. I'm not going to do it again, but that's annoying. It's almost like I'm frozen everywhere here. Is something going on here? This is the other way to do it. It's just annoying that I can't zoom in. Those are all the whole and half dollars, and boy, they look busy when the chart's zoomed in like that. I just kind of wanted to look at the levels here. This is very risky to trade this one for this strategy. You need to be, really have your max loss figured out, and usually that's down with like lower share size, and then you try to look at the levels and see. But this can put you in the hole quick. Every one of these is 50 cents. So just think about that, how fast that moved. The range of that candle right there was $2.87. So if you had 50 shares, that's almost 150 bucks. No, that's more than that. I'm sorry. That's almost 50 times 6, right? So you get $300 in one candle. So that's what I mean. Like you might want to go down to 10 shares if you're trading. It depends on what there's people up here trading 500 shares on MU right now as I see them. So it depends on what you can handle. If you're shaky or sweaty, you lower your share size. That's one of the reasons I came over here, because I saw the Zoom traders trading the stock. So, and some people just jump right in and they count on themselves without levels. They're just very good at scalping, and they just count on their own reaction and their own discipline to get in and out correctly. Just depends on where you are on your trading journey. I don't think I'm ready for this yet. We're going to wait we want to wait till 9:45 really to pick one, but I'm just curious to see where this might end up. Tesla is going to be similar. Is this going to not let me do it either? Yeah, the whole chart's messed up, unfortunately. It's so annoying. So annoying. So annoying. Still not happy. There, that's about where I want it. See, this too is moving. Every one of those is 50 cents, so it's almost like MU. You really want to see some consolidating between some channel. Discover a channel here and really check it out. You're having some real issues this morning over there, huh? Don't unplug my microphone. So we're probably going to go for something more slow and steady until we see something. Now, I heard a lot about Palantir this morning, and this could be another one. Checking all these is going to take a lot longer than it should. Wow, now I can't even get anywhere on this. Why is this frozen here? All right, there we go. I could do it that way too. Do it that way. No. Annoying. Pissed off. Just a little. There's the SMA day averages up there. Interesting. There we go. There's a good look. Let me get the 5-minute going here. Hopefully this is going to work, yeah. It fixes itself. It's a weird little glitch that it won't let me zoom in. But I thought if I started, because I was working on a little bit of coding this morning, I thought that's what threw it off, so I restarted. So it looks like the pre-market high has been holding here, which is just past the 150. It's actually at the 150.50 level. This could be a ceiling. And I kind of want to play it short, everything short today, thinking that nothing's going to really take off unless there's news. Stocks waiver on Iran outlook, Trump to hold news conference. When? That story just came out in Benzinga. When is that news conference? Does it say that anywhere? Palantir, Tech. No, that's just a Benzinga story. Israel says it killed key Iranian commander. That just came out at 9:40, 9:45. Huh. Well, nothing's really affecting it, which is good. That was the MACD sending it down. I may try this one first, guys. Let me see. What are we getting? So it says it's elite. Just double checking because I'm not sure. Yeah, absolutely. This scanner is working perfectly, this indicator. Finding the stocks for the strike and recoil. All right, so we're on 945. I really don't have a bottom. Maybe this. That's pretty far down. I mean, this isn't a perfect looking one, but this early, I'm going to smooth the level right here because it did have a big rejection right there, and it seems to be using that level. So that's 150. Yeah. Let's just call it what it is. That's the 150 level. Okay, it broke it. So that's the 9. That's the 20. And here is your VWAP. Could be your backup for that 150 level. What's our spread? 4 cents? Really holding that 150. I kind of need to watch it a little longer before I just start trading. Yeah, that's why I almost went in long there. And I said, wait a minute. You don't have enough data here. So yeah, let's see if it. So it held the VWAP like perfectly. You see that? So that's at 149.72. This could be our bottom. Let's see if, okay, so we can't trust this. Yep, not good. It's not new news, right? Yeah, this is always trying to find the ceilings and floors is where we first have to start. Some point you take a chance, you know, but I'd like a little bit of this going on, you know, before I just jump into this on the way. I mean, I want some more consolidating at this level now, and then maybe I'll go long. Well, no, I don't want to go long. That's the whole thing. I want it to go up and I want to go short. All right, so I have to wait for this to present something. Let me take a look at NVIDIA. Is it going to do the same thing again? Oh, it's working now. Yay. All right, what do we have for NVIDIA? It found a bottom down here. That's based on an historical level I must have marked? Or is this from me making that video yesterday? Yeah, this is interesting. I don't like those levels for anything. No, we're going to get rid of those. I can't trust any of those. That level I could trust, maybe. This one here. This one down here. This hit over here. Yeah, that's picking up that pre-market level. Where's that? That's just right where those other ones are, so that's probably all I would do there. Let's see if that one's, that's at the 50 cent really, for all intents and purposes. Let's see if that does anything. It's all about finding these levels, guys. You don't want to jump the gun. You're just trying to find the probability of will it do it again? Will it quickly repeat again? Then go for the strike and recoil off of the level. So sometimes I'm buying. Sometimes I am buying the dip, you know, but basically I'm going for the strike and recoil. So up here, if it strikes the 50 cent, I'm going to hit it and sell ask. Got 100 shares. Anywhere near it, it faded off of it already. Good sign, and we may get a good rejection level here. This is a pretty strong move up right now, so I want to be careful. Let's see here. Individuals, investors are shifting from buying dips to selling rips. That sounds a lot like the strike and recoil. Okay, no big news. So we're just safe to watch this data and see, as safe as anything is anyway. Again, we have sort of a trend up, so we need some consolidation. I'm looking for something because it's getting deeper into the market. I don't want to just sit out, but yeah, we can't rush it either. So Apple's going up, Amazon's going up. We might want to look at Amazon too. And NVIDIA is the one that's staying the closest to its, oh no, here's NVIDIA. Yeah, very close to its level. So our open was right here. It's right at the open. Kind of the worst looking one to trade right now. Yeah, I'm leaving this. Let me go to Amazon. Again, I can't find anything yet, and this is a bit of the process that we have to go through. Yeah, I like it near the half ATR level. That's a little bit more respected. What's our, this is calling this elite too. Everything's moving today, huh? Let me just check this to make sure. I don't know if this is really elite. This is moving 5. Oh, there. Okay. I think it hadn't adjusted it yet. Okay. Yeah, short off of this up here. So I'm going to go and didn't really make a bull flag because of that break. Let me see what's the 5-minute look like. I'm starting to get a good feeling about this one. Go short. Okay, the 5-minute just shows straight up. So that's due for a retracement. So let's see if we can get this up here. What's Amazon news? Anthropic courted by UK government. Okay, nothing really. So we're looking for this to get back up nearer to its high. It's at a 17 cent. We need some kind of a big strike. We want to strike, and then we'll hit the recoil. We'll hit a sell, ask, what's our spread? So we could even sell market just to make sure we're in it. MACD sending it down. Well, it's going to go down first. Not exactly big moves here. Volume's dropped quite a bit. We kind of want to look for that. But we do need the liquidity to be working. So it's saying it's prime, but it was hard to code this because it doesn't let me, it will not use level 2 or even level 1. Well, it does use level 1 data, but you can't time it. So you have to take an average of a few candles and then multiply them by 100 to get this facsimile of what this is doing. And it seems like it was working to me, but I wanted to watch it today to see. And then you got to code all that. But first you figure out the mathematical formula, then you code it with the limitations that Thinkorswim has. Now, I have been asked for this one from prop firms. Again, what prop firms are trying to do is when you really get into being good at trading, you don't need much help. You have if you're in a studio, they walk around behind you. If not, you better make sure you're sending in, you're having good reports, or you're not with them very long. But beginners, having them right in the studio with them, wherever they trade in groups, depends on what prop firm you are. Having indicators that point out things until you really get used to it is very, very helpful. And that's why they ask for certain indicators like this one. But this works better on different platforms than Thinkorswim, because it allows me to use the price off the level 2, but you have to link your bank account and all that stuff. So it's kind of a little bit of a nightmare. Like TradingView, you have to have an account linked to it, so it can, you coders know what I'm talking about, but we work around it with Thinkorswim. You don't get any trading fees here, so that's great, and you get, as far as rating it, it's a 90% plus top of the line platform to trade. What it's missing, it usually gives you something else better, It's not available to a lot of people if you're outside the US. I know that. So this is just stopped here. So now it's not good to trade. Yeah, it says warm now. So, all right, let me do a smoothing level here. We might not get up to that level again. So that's at 212.22. So I just took a bunch of candles, found a mean average, and said, hey, let's watch this. Is it making a flat top here? Can we go short off that level? Maybe. And how far is that down? That's only 22 cents down from here to here. So you're not getting a big trade here. Everything's way slower. This is usually why I don't trade Amazon, although lately it's been more active, so I've been able to trade it for the strike and recoil. Both the SPY and the Q are going up, generally just swaling up. So now I'll look to go short off the 22, add as it goes up if it goes against me. Looking to go short anywhere near the 22 area. Went all the way up to 29. Let's see if we get a big, I'd like to just get a big boom, a big strike, because none of these are strikes. These are like lazy little darting. Wouldn't want to call these a strike. I saw 14 cents hit. There's the buy sell oscillator. That's the RSI saying no, don't go up. So that's not good to see. It's good in some ways, because if I get in up there, then it's like helping me send it down. 15 cents was the highest it's been. 212, 15, 17, 18, 19. We get a little higher. I'll try that at the 19. Here I am trying to get in. So I'm in. Maybe I didn't want to. Let's see. We got to wait a minute now for this thing to do something because it's pretty slow. Some ways I want it to go up so I can add to a higher share size. Get it up here. But it doesn't look like it's going to do that. It's fading. Yeah, we're going to get out of this stock because now that I really see how it's moving, you know, you can see right here, it's just not giving me what I need. We got to get to something that's moving. So we may have to go to Tesla or MU and really take a chance here because this is not giving us anything. I can raise the share size to make it more interesting. I would want to wait for a while before I raise. I want to wait like 20 cents before I raise that share size going against me, you know. Wow, huh? There's no trading here. I'm just going to try to get out. $2. Woo, let's get out of this stock. All right. What's Tesla? Tesla's up $1. MU is up $7. What are the rest of the techs doing? Amazon's even. Yeah, probably Tesla would be the better one to try as far as safety, which is really, I don't know. I don't usually like to trade these with this strategy because it's hard to call the levels, but it's so dead that I'm going to go for it. Look at that. It held that ATR though, huh? And that's the pre-market high too. So we kind of have a high level, and this is the pre-market low. So it seems to be going along with your pre-market levels. I'm going to go 50 shares. Now I'm trading really conservatively, guys, so if you're trying to learn, this is the way you would want to start as far as safety goes. Tesla's the first, just the stock in itself is not that conservative. That's why I lowered the share size. Let's see if we can get some action going because it's the time is passing us by here. We got an elite rating, more than enough, double what we need per 1 minute candle. Our long is 41 cents, short is 16. Our spread, we want to try the ask and the bid to start to see if it picks us up. So, and then we want to go for like 3/4 of these, what it's calling out here. I would rather go short, but, you know, maybe it is pretty far down now. Maybe this is it. Maybe going long off this pre-market might be the way to go. It's hitting the VWAP now. I got to watch this and get a feel for this guy. Guys, you saw how the volume increased. It turned blue and then past it. That usually means it's going to continue to go the direction it was going, which it did already, all the way up there. Okay, so I might get a buy down here. This is at the 44.62. It's a whole dollar away from where it is now to get down here. That is a serious rickshaw, man. Looking to buy the bid down there on a dip or strike down. I was just checking the price of that. It's holding at the even dollar there. Okay, I'm going to take that. There's a strike. Didn't pick me up. Didn't pick me up. Too long. I got to get out. Okay. Reassessing. I'm going to go in on a buy. So I went market there, which gave me not a very good position. I'm at 56 cents. a little higher than where I want it to be, but I'm thinking it's going to recoil up. I'm hoping that that level holds, so that's why I did that, but it's already down to the 20 cents, so let's hope that it recoils back up off of that. It didn't pick me up, so I forced it on market. Now I'm looking for a recoil up. I'll try to get out on the ask. Actually, it depends on the price, the way the price is moving here. I might sell market if it's swailing up quickly. Yeah, I'm looking to see if it does a swale, a double, triple swale, then I'll hit it on the swale. There's two, but then it went the opposite way. Yeah. Holding that level. Not good. The longer it stays there, the worse I feel about this. Yeah. Any news? Yeah, I kind of wanted to trade this short, and I went long. Called to me at this level, you know. But it broke it. It opened too. That's the open level too. There's something to be said for this level. That's not good. I might actually average in down here. So I'm a whole buck off my position. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go in. So I'm 100 shares in now. I'm at 362 even. So now I'm in the soup here because for Tesla, this can get painful fast. So let me see here. Reading the news. I could hold this into a swing. This is only 100 shares. What's our overall? Yeah, this is really low for Tesla. This is near its 360 support level. So holding this into a deeper move might be what I do. But I don't think I'll increase the share size. I'll hold it into a move that could really hurt for this month's if it doesn't come back, but I'll make it into like a day swing. I'll watch this for a little longer and then I'll put it on the ladder if it's not gonna, and then I can go trade other stuff while this is making its move. I decided, I knew I was going to get in pain. I added to it because I was just like, let's go for the bigger move and ride this for a little bit. But I won't go higher than this. Let me just see. I think it's 48K in this account. So if our average price is 362, what if I did 200 shares? Yeah, that's 72. That's too much. Yeah, so I know that I can do the 100 shares. That's 36,000 roughly on the I can't double down and still without going into margin. So I'm not going to do that. It's tempting to get a better price point right now as it's starting to go back up, but you know, it's also very risky too. That was almost like a strike, you know, that this would have been a good recoil. Well, so holding this into the move, I'm at 62. So I'm 62 even, so I'm kind of right. I'm right here. Here's my position. So if I held it back up to where it was consolidating earlier, you could expect it to get below the quarter here at some point. So I would say that 63.94, 63.50 would give me 150 bucks on that trade. Somewhere around 63.50 is not too greedy, and it's possible that I can really get there. So let me set it for that. Sell at 63.50 or 63.48, say. Oops, I passed it. Like a little bit. Sell. So we'll put that there, and then we'll go watch something else. and if it drops, it drops, and I'm just I adjust my plan accordingly. But I think this is going to come back, and it's very, very low for it right now because the 360 was a support level. Sellers did drop way off. I'm talking myself into it, guys. Don't like to see that keep going down. Let me take a look at the day chart again. Just making sure I'm not making a mistake here. Oh, that's not what I want. Cancel. I want this to say 1 month. Okay. Let's do like 2 years. Okay. So here was the level that was sort of a support level, right in this area, like 357. So we don't want to see it drop like what it's doing. We don't want to see it drop below that. It's at this level now, sort of. That's a little above where it is. Yeah, it's way down there. So it's kind of in a range here, hurting me. And we'll see. So we didn't do a strike and recoil. We held it into the loss because I thought it would come back. So, oh dear. It's been a tough morning because I haven't found anything. I went to a risky stock and blew it right off the bat. So let's go to MU, the other risky stock, and see what we get. It's a really hard market to call these days, guys. So be careful. Like we're not getting those moves that we want, you know, the ceilings and floors and the channels that we can depend on, and really kind of surprised that Tesla made such a big drop without any kind of news. But that's the thing about Teslas. You just don't know what it's going to do. Let me mark that tweezer there. That's the 378 mark. Oh, it's already passed it. It's coming back up. Okay. I got nothing else there to mark. And even that's a little sketch, but go by the whole and half dollar. Kind of taking it all in, trying to see. I don't know. This is not giving me levels. It slowed way down right when I came over here. We just needed to go in between some levels, you know, even if they're big levels. Somebody needs to start giving us, like this was sort of giving us some levels and it just faded off. Then it started to make a channel here, then it faded off. So now it's like, unless you're looking at the RV strategy with massive levels, you just don't have anything to call here. I can't call this, so I'm going to get away from it. I'll go back to Apple. It's annoying. Some days there just isn't the back and forth Pong game that we need. There's your half ATR. There's your full ATR. There's your 50 moving average. That's getting near that would be good as a resistance. I'll raise it to 100 shares here. Tesla's still dropping on me, so I can look right over here and see I'm not in the best position here. Yeah, going short off the 260 would be probably pretty good. That is its high. Yeah, I think this one, if we can get it up there, I think that's the way to go to try to make some money. You can look at any time. You can just go, here's what I look like. Oops. Not too good right now. That Tesla's killing me, so we got that. That needs to recover. All right, here we go. What's our spread? 3, so I can just get in on market if it gets up here. Again, it's slowed way down on its activity here. 92. I'll take that. I got it at 05. I saw the level 2 popping it up, so I went in and went for it. I'll take a quick recoil there. Oops, what did I do? That's right. What am I doing? I was going short and I sold out of a short position. Oops. So we need a rejection here. Yeah, I had a good trade and I blew it. Wow. So now I'm making mistakes. Can make the difference between a green day and a red day, I'll tell you that, because I had a good trade there and then I forgot that I was going short. Dum 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 da dum 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 da da dum 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 dum. Still, I mean, I'm kind of confident it's going to come back down here, so I'm not overly concerned, but kind of went to I could go 400 shares, but geez, what is going on here? I hope that means Tesla's going up. Yeah, it does. Well, I had a good 2 days last week. No, confidence is high. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Of course, it decides to make new highs when I go short. Here's our full ATR. Right there, and here's our 50 moving average, which should be a rejection. That's the day moving average. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. We're doing fine. Gonna get a pullback here. We're gonna get a retracement. I'm way down here. Right at that nice little tweezer move. Man, it wants to hurt me today, huh? Between Tesla and this, now Tesla's dropping, and why this goes up. And then depression set in. Is it going to break to 50? Seriously? Wow. I mean, I'm kind of glad the market's going up. I just wish I wasn't going short when it did it. Here it goes. It's like that guy way overextended himself. That snake's going to get his head cut off. You need to come back down here. It's a nice little resting area right in this area for you. I'm not going to take two swings, so somewhere I'll have to take a hit here. But I'm holding out that this won't be the spot, so. Yeah, we're just not getting a recoil at all. It's just going straight up. For some reason, Apple's decided it wants to go up today. Great, 9:51 MacBook news. Oh my God. Could be the smartest move yet. That's the story that just came out at 9:51. I did not even see that up there. That's what that is. That's what this is about, is the Mac. So what time was that? Well, that was actually way back here. So that's why it's been moving up. So I have to, at some point, I have to cut my losses here. I'm not going to add to this, so this could end up being a bad day. So again, it's not fair to the strategy because I'm not following it. You know, we just haven't had the moves. This was a profitable trade too, and I blew it. So I'm beating myself up here. Maybe the 261 will be where it's got its nosebleed. Isn't trading fun? Looking at the bid, and it's got a ways to go. 77 cents off my position. Yeah, I think I'm going to get out of this soon. Yeah, I'm going to have to get out of this. Yeah, I'm just going to get out, guys. That's painful. This looks like it's making a real move. So that was a pullback. Then that's showing you that it's going to go up. So that's too bad for me. And the only way I could trade this now is to go long, and I hate chasing this. Apple news on Benzinga saying it's Apple shares gain. Dow's 117-point jump. Wow. Definitely played that one wrong on that short, huh? Jeez. This is where I was shorting, playing off that sort of flat top level, and I should have just I did get out for it. I tried to get out, and I just pushed the wrong button for a profit right as it recoiled. And then I held like, oh, okay, well, it's going to do it again. And then it just got worse, and that's what happened because I messed up the trade. Usually the worst trades are the ones that you make a mistake on. This is really chasing it if I go in. It's like almost like revenge trading. I don't trust it to keep going up. Everybody else going up too? No, Nvidia's staying pretty steady. Palantir's only $1 up. I mean, I've got the swing going for Tesla that would dig me out of this hole, but yeah, Tesla's starting to come up. Let me see where I'm at over there and see. I might reset that to, wow, so that's hurting too. So my overall right now is pretty bad. I'm 5. That's pretty bad for this strategy. That's pretty bad. My only winning one is now a negative one. My second winning one. So this one, just 100 shares, would have to go up to $2.50 to really, what do I have it at here? $363.48. So that's only $1.50. That's only 150. I'd have to bring it up another buck. Let me take a look at this to see if we'll get that kind of move. I mean, it's likely that it will get way up here. Started up here. Am I putting too much on that recovery? If it came up to this level, that's 64, so that would be enough right up here. So I may want to, that's a bad reason to, to set the trade, just so you recover from another trade. But I'm just looking like, I put it at this consolidating level and a little bit below it, thinking that was more than safe. And I still think it is, that it will come back to that. Whether it comes up to here, pre-market center, that's more of a risk for sure to recover. I think I'll just keep it where it is and not get locked into another bad decision. And then I might have to get a little ballsy here. Let's see here. This is when you're like, God, I kind of wish I had a max loss. I don't really have one, but it's wise to have one. Started out with the 600 in the account for the first 2 days, so I'm eating that up right now. What do we got here? That's a nothing. What is that level for? Oh, right there. Okay. So I'm over here on a risky stock trying to recover. The spread is pretty big here. So one got me on a long and one got me on a short. Indicators aren't helping me much. Let me see. Let me zoom in on this level 2. Is 378 a long area for me? Would have been for sure. Both the Q and the SPY are slowly going up, so it's generally good news today. Looking for a 378 to go long. I'm going to try it. This is I'm going to try 378 to go long. If it dips there. I got in there. Got out quick for a quick $20 on a recoil. Try again. There we go, 55. I'm really zooming in on level 2, which isn't fair if you're not used to doing that, but that's what I'm doing right now to try to recover because that's what I excel in. Yeah, that hit me pretty hard when I first got in it. So that was, it can happen that way. There she goes. That little area is over. So I played that level. Not as comfortable going short right now. Let me just look at the overall situation here. We don't have any patterns. We've got some levels that, I mean, that 380 level is probably a pretty decent area to go short at. But don't get greedy. Just try to catch a recoil if it gets up there. And then back down here again now. Each time it makes a little lower low, you got to be careful going long off that level. You got to be careful all the time. I'm just speaking out loud. Let me get a look at this. Got serious now. We got very serious. Right in the middle of where I don't want to take a trade right now. But there's lots of recoil opportunities in here. But some of these candles, that's a range of $1.40 there. No, that's more than that, isn't it? Oh, is that all that is? Oh, it seemed like it was more than that. Yeah, $2 range. 188. Give me a little bit bigger dip. Ah, oh, almost took that. That was a good recoil. Yeah, that was all the way down there to the 70 cent. 77, 71. $3.78 seems to be kind of a spot to put your hat on right now as far as a reliable level. You want to go a little below it to grab a long. There we go. Let's try to get the recoil. Try to get the recoil there. Come on, give me a big recoil. That wasn't as big as I wanted for sure. 69, but it is acting weird, so I'll just take it. Go ahead. Come on. You want to give that to me. Here's my price right here. It's 69. The longer it takes to go up there, the more concerned I get. So it's just like, come on, get up there. I'm going to cancel that in a second because it's got it. There it goes. Oh, that was it. Boy, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that'd like to torture me down there. It's really at a buy still, right? It's at a buy down there. I'll take it again. It could pick me up at 39. No, canceling. Oh, it picked me up. It took too long at first, so tried to get out. Just a small amount of money there. It's acting like it's dropping, so I'm just taking the quick recoils. It made a lower low here, so from its recent movement. So I'm gonna wait a second here before I get caught up in something bad. So I'll look to this level. The 377 would be a level I would 50 cents down. I would take a look for a recoil on that level. I'm not going to take one in the middle here though. I'll wait for it to go back up. Yeah. That is an upward sign it's about to do. This is a reversal sign to go up on a 1 minute. What does it look like over here? Yeah. An inverted hammer. I mean, you can't really, there's not enough patterns here, guys. It's just, there we go. Almost was low enough for me to grab that. Lots of recoil there. 40 cent, just like that. Boom. That was a whole $1. Well, 85 cent recoil. I'll take it the next time if you give me another opportunity down there. Come on, snake. Strike. Take it. 09. I'm getting out. Yes, I got out just in time. Did you see that? Wow. It took too long. That's why I dropped it. Still hasn't recovered from that, so it's barely above my position I would have got it at. Does seem to be stopping it here, though, at the 77. Yep, there it is. Oh, there's the 50 cent recoil, 80 cent recoil, a whole $1 recoil. Boom, right there. $100, just like that. Boom. Now you got to think, do we want to sell off to 78? It is going down. I should be switching to short biased here for sure. I think that's what I'll do. See if we can get a strike, pretty far above the 78. I'd feel more comfortable. Went to 17 cents above it. Yeah, that would have worked. No new stories on this. Tesla's slowly moving up, which is good. It's faded off that 78 again. You got to strike higher, guys. You're making a flat top there. You got to get higher than that for me to go short. There you go. Get way the heck up there. 78.50 maybe. 22, 25, 29. Oh, that was close. I almost took it there. See? That would have been a nice big fat trade if I'd taken that. Holy mackerel, huh? Look at that puppy go. I'm going to try that. Come on, you got to pick me up. I got to get out. Can't take that long. I got to reassess the level 2. See, that's why I got out. All right, let's see here. Whoa, huh? Come on. Okay, I'm going to have to start doing market, I think, because it's not picking me up. Spread's 30 cents. Not a wise move to go market on this. So that is really, could be a real support level there at the 370, 376, or just below it there. Definitely reversed around. But it's been lower. It's been all the way down here to 370, so it could hurt you. Yeah, short biased. Can we get anywhere near the 378 again? Is that too much to ask? I'd love to go short up there. All bets are off for a second because this is a big one. So this is, yeah, 250 range on that. So that kind of could have caught the recoil, but I didn't because it didn't pick me up. 3 times it didn't pick me up. So that was a 4 I did, but I meant to go 3. 3 times. 1, and then B. Got 2 points. 1, and then B. There's a comedian that does that really well, where he changes it like 5 times. Here we go. Get up there. Probably won't go all the way to 378. There's a chip story here on Intel. Of course, Micron does well on anything because it's got the memory. Yeah, I slowed down. I kind of lost my mojo there for a second. I just didn't feel it on the level 2, so I kind of slowed down to reassess. I mean, I tried, I did try, so it just wasn't picking me up. Again, lower lows, so going long is not advisable unless it's on a real strike down, not in the middle here. Come on. You know you want to get up there. 74 cents is as high as I've seen the ask. Yeah, that would have given me a nice big recoil. Dollar recoil. My eyes are glued on the ask over there, guys. I'm just watching it close to see, and then like 8 lines below it, I'm just watching it close. This is a very low share size. This is not big compared to the amount of traders that are what they're trading. Including on my Zoom guys up here. Staying later because I'm trying to recover here. And they're already trading up here anyway, so. Looking to go short still. That's why I'm not taking these trades. Now 77.30 is looking good if it goes up that high. Yeah, we're not even getting to 77 anymore. It's just fading, consistently fading. Remember, we were looking for 78 a few minutes ago. This is definitely too low to go short. We've got to get up there a bit. Let's start boiling some water and watching it. The MU is just slowly pulling back to its open. Yeah, it opened around 373.80. We're just $2.30 off that roughly. I think 377 would now be a good short area. I'm going to take that. You get me? 82. All right. Let's see if I can get a recoil out of that. Should have picked me up. It didn't. 5. I'm going to hold that for a second because it's moving fast. Got it at 45. Oh, it's a buck off my position now. Oh, come on, guys. Really? There we go. There we go. Boom, swale up. You're right there. I'm at the same price point. Are you kidding me? All right, Mr. Puppet. I was going to say, Mr. Puppet, you're pissing me off. We're working our way back. Working our way back, guys. Just Tesla's still below 358, so that's when's going to hurt me. But we'll get this Apple one taken care of here in just a minute. Still feel way better going short. I I know it's been consolidating down here. You can just see it's drifting down, so short is safer if I get stuck, you know. It went all the way up to the price I was trying to get there and waited and waited and waited, and I got in low. You know, I shorted it sooner, and then it went all the way up to what I'd been waiting for. I was like, oh, come on. Patience, right? But when you're consistently falling, you know, the chances of you seeing that level again. Oh, the VWAP's up there, so you know, that is the bulk of the capital is up above us, all the way up at like 378.60 up in here. Looking for another short up in here. I almost added to that one. I was ready to rock and roll there. Oh, God. There's many people. Yeah, there's a 3,000 and a 5,000, so I mean green, so that's good. You just been trading MU since the open? Or you? Yes. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people just trade MU or just trade Tesla. Looking for a short up in here in the 377 range if I can get it. Not down here where it's grinding. There's a lot of little strike and recoils here. There's a lot of trades here. You saw, to get them, you've got to do ask and bid or you're dead because the spread will hit you for 20, 30 cents. So I wasn't getting picked up, so I'm kind of stuck. I can't get the trades. So waiting for better positioning here. If I can get this low enough, it's worth going long for a recoil. See if that 73 level is going to hold it. Yep, not. Now we're going the other way. It's a 30 to 40 cent differential there on those. It's just not giving me confidence to go short right at that level where it just didn't go high enough up the price chain enough for me to go short. Would have worked, just didn't call it out. You know, it just wasn't the probability wasn't all that good. How fast can you figure out that probability based on the last data that you're looking at, you know? Okay. 82 cents. There you go. Now let's get down to where you were playing for there. Let's play back down here again, shall we? Wish I would have got it there. So that's an anomaly for sure from what it's been doing. You know, it's an anomaly. Just like you kind of get into a pattern and then it does that to you. Story came out at 10:44. Said that Micron's a mover, but it's going to take away all my hard-earned scalps. Yeah, so this is breaking its movement here. I have to make a choice soon here. Do I add to it and raise my price point or just take a hit? Because it's definitely broke the levels that it was at. So this would be, the 78 would be a problem for me. Yeah, it's going to do it. There it goes. I'm going to go all in. I'm all in, guys. So having one of those days. I've just pushed my chips forward. We're going all in. Sellers did drop there. So here's our VWAP. That should turn us around. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm right. My price point is not that far off here, guys. About right in here. Oh wow, Tesla's killing me. Well, this could be a bad day for me. This is not going well. Here's where you want to go. Wow, it is really staying up here, so that's just not good news. There we go. That was good. So and I got out market because I didn't want the reindeer games. So that helped me. I got rid of my Apple loss, but unfortunately, when you look at Tesla, I'm in real trouble over here. So I'm still down. Look at Tesla. Tesla's killing me. So MU made up for that one. Yeah, this needs to recover or I'm going to have a bad day today. So I think I'll keep trading MU for a little bit longer. Everybody, the larger trading session is trading MU anyway. So now I have a little bit different presentation for those guys, but they understand when I stay later like this with the first session that I do things a little differently. Like I'm not going to raise this to 500 shares or 1,000 in one case. So let's see. I mean, I probably should actually, just because I need to recover from the Tesla if this is gonna be, but I do that on a different account. So yeah, let's just keep this for this trader view, so we don't mess it all up for the month. So we'll just keep it low for now. Okay, so let's take into account what's just happened here. So it rejected off the VWAP again, which is continuing to do, which is good. That we've got, a level that it, for the most part, seems to be respecting. And right now, it seems to be stopping from going down past, like, this is the 70, at least it's not going past below 75.50. There it is right there, 75.27 on a spike. But, you know, it was there earlier. It just, is this now the beginning? This is the bull flag right here, guys. Not, well, with that spike, not. Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's a bull flag. So 1 minute bull flag. Let's see if the 5 minute makes something decent here. Coming up on the 1 hour here too. Yeah, the market's, it was going down and now it's going back up again. This everything's going up here, as you can see from the pulse. So we'll try to go a little deeper for you guys because of my Tesla issue. But I still have hopes that that will come back and recover today. We'll see. 56 is really, that's really down there where it's, it hasn't been in a while. Yeah, we're like right in here. Huh? We're at 355. Wow, it's really hurting me. 355 right in here. That's kind of where it is now. And here's where I was trading it. So is that right? Oh, I'm not on the right stock. Sorry. That doesn't say much for my state of mind, does it? Let's just stop looking at Tesla for now and get back to what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm thinking about shorting again, guys. So that's 79. I wish I would have. I'd moved away from the screen. Lowered back down to 100 shares. Smoothing level. Yeah, at 79's should be respected to go short, catch a couple recoils there. So let's see if it gets back up there. It's almost there. That was 85. Oh, no, that was down here, 85. Okay, so it's a whole buck off now. Okay. Kind of hard to keep track of this. It's moving pretty quick, so... Try to get it at 95. I'm canceling it. It took too long. There we go. That's why you cancel it, because that happens, and it's still not picking me up at the 30. I'm going to hold that for a minute. Okay, so it got me. I was looking for a bigger dip than what I got there. A bigger recoil than what I got. I got a recoil early on, but it was only like 20 bucks. I mean, that is a good level to recoil on. That should pull down a bit here. Waiting it out. The longer it takes, the more worried I get. One more pound down. Close. Ugh, that was not that good. I got it at... That wasn't that good of a recoil, but it didn't pick me up anyway. I'm holding it there for now just because it's acting like it's going to go back up. So I just... I kind of like to get a short higher up. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I'm going to get rid of that. So what do we got up here? That is 380.71. Definitely going in off that ATR. If it gets up there, I'm going to average in to 200 shares. Everybody's looking at the same thing, I'm sure. There we go. I'm going to take it. So I got 200 now. So I'm at 378 now. So I find that to be a good position for a recoil, but let's see if I'm right or wrong. Take that. That was good. We got a good trade out of that. It's 100. Could have got a better trade, but we're still on this account, guys, remember. So still short is the way to go, I think. Let's see. We got that at 380 right there. Is that right? 380. And that's at 380.72. It's definitely starting to reclaim. It's swaling back up. Dare I go long down here? It is tempting. Yeah, I'll give it a shot at the VWAP. See if it picks me up there. Nope, I'm going to get out. Took too long. So the VWAP was at the 50 cent. I tried it. There it is again. It looks like it's going to push it, so I'm going to wait just a second. There was a recoil there, but yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. So I'm going to look for more like the 378 to go long. Let's see if I get down there or not. No, I should have taken it at the VWAP. So Tesla could be a swing for the day, and I'll hold it into tomorrow. I don't have to margin, so that's the way I'm thinking about that. If it keeps going down, I'm going to hold it. I may add to it tomorrow for a recovery and risk the 50% margin. Again, I hate holding anything into this volatile market. He's about to make a speech. I don't know if that's going to send it up or down, or so it's a little risky, but I think it's pretty low for what Tesla has been. So I'm not that concerned about it. Without that, we're green for the day, but that's cheating, I know. But if you counted the trades I made, the swings I made last month on this, I would have been over 6K. I didn't count them, so I took them out. So which way is it going to be, guys? Remember, I held them a couple times and made a swing, but all right. So that is an interesting reversal sign right there. And that is a really nice looking 1 minute bull flag right off the VWAP. That's a really nice looking long trade right here. Can we get back down to the VWAP? Yeah, I'm going to go for that, guys. It picked me up? Nope. Went at the 51. It didn't pick me up. Everything says that's a good trade. Pick me up. It still looks good on the level 2. It still looks good? Nope, it doesn't look good. I'm getting out. It took too long. It started to swale down below it. See? I saw it coming up on the right. I'm like, no, don't. I'll try that, though. There we go. That's why I wanted to be short biased. It was tricking me into an upward move here with those patterns. What share size you have definitely makes a difference in how you trade. I'm noticing that a lot when I'm trading with these guys. Could have got out green. There we go. I was waiting for something a little bigger. There's at the 50 cents. That's a little bigger anyway, but not much. I'm not going to trade it like the RV. So we have a 78 support here. Right here, sort of. With the VWAP drawing it back. I'm reading about Micron's fundamentals here. Improving fundamentals collide with rising competitive pressures. Who's competing against them? All the companies that are making their own. But you just can't get enough memory. I mean, nobody can get enough chips or memory or anything. Everything's way cheap right now from what it's about to be, I think. Shoot, Tesla's $7 down. I'm like 700 down on that trade. My God. Oh my God. It happens. Shake it off and move up, move along. This will be a very green account this month. Yeah. Staying later because we broke into the mid session. This is when I would start it actually, but see we're having a changing of the guards up there. We are doing MU, fellers. I'm holding a swing on Tesla, looking for a recovery of almost $9, which could take the whole day or tomorrow. Yeah, 353. If it broke that, that's not good on technical analysis. I don't want to see it break that level. Look at this hold at the 78. Huh? There we go. That was already a recoil. I missed it at the 50 cent. 77.50 was a great recoil. I'm thinking about other stuff. I got to get my head back in the game here. Look at that. Oh, almost a whole buck there. I'll go for it. 73. I thought it was 68, but that's okay. I'll take it. Should have picked me up. 6 cents from my position and then scaled down. I'm going to hold it there for a minute for a swale. If you look at the left, right, there it goes now. Boom. Come on. Somebody's manipulating that crap. Just remember, we don't see like 60% of this, so you gotta you can't really go by it most of the time. You get used to it working and suddenly it doesn't work. And you don't know what all those other who's waiting in the pike, you know. The longer it takes, the more I just want to get out near my position just because it looks like it's going back down. Once again, it should have gone up another $10, 10 cents, and it didn't go. So it's like somebody's playing games. There you go. Let's take it. There's nothing stopping that from going up. What are you guys doing? That was some shenanigans right there. Yeah, it finally worked. They finally pushed it. Yeah, I'm just gonna get ready to get out. I just sold market at anything just so I could get out, and then it broke. Yeah. I made a profit, but it was just it's annoying, you know, that I had to do market because I lost like at least 12 cents, I'd say, off that. So we know that's going on. Of course, you gotta kind of count on it being manipulated every single trade you take. Let me get a little deeper look here to see if there was something I was missing here. Normally on these big, stocks, you can't, it's really hard to do that, but I don't know what I can't see, you know, that's the problem. So we're guilty of it too. They're all hiding their share size. You can do that if you didn't know, guys. Seems almost unfair, doesn't it? But you can do that. You can hide your share size. And the whole thing about reporting the trade, yeah, that's not really true either. There's all kinds of ways around that. Now it's making a move back up. So we have to find with all those games going on, we have to find our levels, you know, in there. You know, take into account all those shenanigans that are going on. That was 11:05. That was a 10-minute ago story. Iran rejects U.S. plan for ceasefire. Okay, so they're about to get carpet bombed. Question is, will they be putting boots on the ground? Unless Trump goes back on it again. Looking for the 379, or it's close, man. It's close enough I'm going to try that. Try to get a rejection off of that. I got it exactly at 379. Looking for a little bit bigger rejection if I can get it. There we go. That was pretty big. 74. That was enough, you know, to get me another 20-something bucks. So we'll go for it again if it gets up there. Right at the VWAP. See how it's being held there? So that even dollar mark, it was just a recoil. It's not really a respected level other than a recoil. So 380 should be respected, though. I'll tell you that. That's like every $10, and you have the ATR half right above it. So our VWAP seems to be giving us some good opportunities here. Keeps drawing back to it. Or it draws to the price action, the chicken before the egg, however you want to look at it. I read these levels like they're alive, as you guys know that trade with me. And it's easier for my brain to wrap around that it's like a living, price action is a living thing. And then I can really react quicker that way. And that's just how my brain works. But you may look at it a different way. I look at math. When I do math, even on a chalkboard with kids and whatever it might be, the numbers are alive to me. They're alive, you know, so it's just the way I think. Then you come up with a way to get it exciting for them. You know, that's part of it too. Like when you tell a story, when it's got animals in it, it's way more exciting. That sounds stupid, doesn't it? But it really works, you know, when they can identify with something that's not just a decimal. And then we cut the puppet master's head off. Professor. Oh my God, I tried to get out of that because I didn't like how it was doing it, but too late. So let's see if I can recover from this. No, cancel. I'm just going to get out. Take me out at 35. Look at all the 35s. There we go. Just a little trade. I didn't like the price action. It looked like it was going to keep going up. So I got out. And, of course, it went down. But what did you do in class today, kids? Today, Mommy and Daddy, the professor had us make little guillotines. What? Something about cutting the puppet master's head off? What are you teaching those damn kids? Or what are you teaching the kids, you damn professor? God, I would hate to be teaching right now. I just hate that, the way parents are. I would just hate it. What do you mean you can't hit your kid? No, I never did that. Everybody was happy in my class. Don't want to give you the wrong impression. Everybody was having a good time. Tesla continues. No matter how good I do here, Tesla continues to go down. Just like, seriously? I'm holding it now, man. I'm holding it into the move, whatever it does. I'm holding it for it to come back. It's become a swing trade. It might be a week, it might be a month, it might be till end of day, but it is now a swing trade. Which means I can't do two swing trades because this account doesn't have the capital. So I can't ride one of these into a move against me. I've lost that advantage now to do that type of trading twice because I'd end up holding margin, either paying interest or getting a margin call. So I'm not going to let that happen. Or I'd have to transfer money over here, which I don't want to do that either. So I can control myself, which is why I didn't go to 500 or 1,000 shares with you guys. So not on this account. So. Oh, good. Tesla slightly turned around. Kind of looking for the 380, guys. You've got me here for another 20 minutes or so. Looking for the 380 here. Some of you had to go to work, I bet. Nice. Hesitate to go long. I mean, that was a lower high there. Back to business. Getting a read on this. Yeah, it's just not getting back. It's not retracing back to that ATR. That's why I want to go short up here. I don't want to go long down here. Oh, excuse me. What do we got here for a level? Oh, that's basically marking the 378. So these are basically marking whole dollar levels, actually. So there's no reason to really move these except to maybe correct them. You know, once something stops being respected, I'll take it right down. But calling attention to those levels is kind of a good idea. So even though they're marked, we'll keep those main levels right there for me. I don't have a pattern that's usable here. I've got a nice VWAP in the middle of these whole dollar levels, though. We had the beginning of a, that wasn't quite a bull flag, but it treated it like one. So I might go long off the 78, and I can add to it if it keeps going down. I need to see the price action on the way down. Things are slowing down here, so what's our volume? Oh, wow, 31. That's why. It still says it's elite liquidity because of how much it's moving. And there's my 43 down, 15 up. I'm sorry, 28 up, 43 down. Spread 17, Jesus. But that's actually, these are way lower than they were a few minutes ago, so things are definitely slowing down here, which is going to make it harder to get fills. On the ask and bid anyway. Recoil 20 cents. Recoil 15 cents. This is about to pop through the 78. I can get it down there on a dip. On a strike, way down on a strike below the 378. Just went back up 20 cents. I'm going for a long off the 78 level, guys. Okay. Pick me up at 74 cents. You need to pick me up. Too long. Got to get out. Looks like it's going to fade. I got out. It didn't pick me up anyway, so I have no choice there. There was a bit of a recoil, 25 cents. Yeah, too bad. It just didn't pick me up either way. Getting out didn't matter. There was no trade to get out of. Looking for a dip again. It went all the way down to I kind of tried to pick it up right at the bottom there. I had it at 74, I think. So my reflexes are just fine, but it just won't pick me up. Coming from a gaming background. If you are a professional gamer, you have a leg up in scalping for sure. So if you know professional gamers, they should learn the strike and recoil strategy. It will be a lot easier than trying to make money on the circuit as a gamer. Come on, 62. You got a chance to do a big recoil here. Let's see it happen. There we go. Got us over 400. I'll look at Tesla get depressed again, and there we go. Yeah, everything's pretty much staying steady or going up. Tesla, for some reason, is off of its opening position by like $9. I don't get it. I never looked at AMD today. That wasn't on the scanner, was it? Yeah, I don't see it there. It keeps not hitting that scanner. I don't know what is going on with that. Down there? Nope. Wow. I don't know why that is not. Is the volume just too low for that? I don't know. Well, we're going to stick here because it's giving us the opportunities to bail out of the terrible swing trade I'm in. Definitely nice and green for the day without the swing. And I'm holding that swing long term. So you could look at it different ways for your psyche. Don't give me any of those cop-out emails either, because I mentioned before I took a single trade how I might, if it goes against me, how I might hold it. If I feel I'm going to make money on the trade, I play the odds, and I feel like I still feel strongly Tesla's going to come back. It's at one of its lows for a while. But hey, I've held trades 3 months, 4 months that way, believing that. I can afford to do it. You know, I think eventually everything's going to go up. It doesn't stop me from doing this, scalping. But if you're sticking along with me, which you shouldn't be doing anyway, you should be doing your own due diligence, then don't get mad at me if I, you know, like somebody said you switched your stripes. I'm like, I didn't. It's how I trade, guys. It's different for everybody. So you need to find your style. I think I've been very, very clear about that. And that's why I mentioned it again today, because of an email I got actually, but I don't know how many times I can say it. It's like a fail-safe way to always win. It's like another way to win. You know, it's like, why don't I want to play that card? Yeah, I can. I don't want to take the loss. Now, if I'm in a situation where I don't see that stock coming back anytime soon, yeah, I'm gonna take the hit. So you'll see me do it both ways. But Tesla did faint and kind of sucked me in. I got to be honest with you. I really thought it was going to come back, and then it got to be too big to fail kind of thing. So I'm holding into it. And again, I can do that. So, but not everybody can do that. So you got to trade what you can do. Stick to your max loss, and don't get mad at me because I'm trading a different way than what you thought I would trade. Remember, it's in your head because I don't say that. It can trick you though, because when you're 80-90% accurate, it's like you tend to hold, thinking, well, you know, I'm accurate, so I know it's going to come. You know, it sucks you right in. It can really hurt you. That's why you got to be careful. Keep your share size low. You know what you can really afford. And I was smart enough not to average in again, so I could hold the margin and, you know, just make it alive. Instantly thought this is a long-term trade. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to go into that. I don't need it to be perfect. That's already high enough. Can it pick me up? I'm down here. Nope. Can't get out. So let me take another look at that. Get it on the upswing. Maybe it'll go higher. There's 46. It was 67 I tried to get it at. Man, I missed it, huh? Let me do it. This is sort of a smoothing level right here. 70 cents. Yeah, I definitely want to grab that if it hits there again. Definitely, definitely. As Dustin Hoffman would say, definitely. 63. I'm going to go for it right there. Pick me up. Man, it dropped right off to 69. Did you see that? Boom. It dropped right off. Damn. What a recoil that would have been, huh? $69 trade in a split second. Shoot. Should have just gone in market. I'd rather wait for the 78. I don't want to go in at the VWAP if that's what you're thinking. There are so many quick trades here that I'm not taking. There's so many just quick recoils here. It's that time that it strikes twice or three times. You know, you jump in here and then suddenly, you know, I go long right here, then suddenly it strikes, and then you're out of position for 10 minutes waiting for it to come around again, you know. That's why I wait. 78 means it can strike again. I can add into it and still have a good chance of getting out of the trade for a profit. Right here, though, it's not as good. This is sort of the doldrums right at the VWAP line. I know a lot of you can pick that up real quick. I would rather wait for it to be skewed way above it or way below it so that it draws it back, because it just keeps drawing it back. See it? It's right in the center. It's all we really got except whole and half dollar levels. So anywhere near 78 on the bid, you'll see me try to snag it. And anywhere near 80 or just below 80 up here, you know, 380, you'll see me go short. But not in the middle here. I'm not going to play the reindeer games. It might be working for you. You know, you can try it. I'm waiting for a big spike up there, guys. That's why I have my arrow over the sell ask. Got to make sure you don't have twitchy fingers. Sometimes when I'm overtired, it's like, shit! took that trade. Sorry, shoot. H-E double toothpick. That's what my mother used to say. H-E double toothpick. She would not swear. She's still around, but she still doesn't swear. Woo, 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 woo. Grab me. Grab me. You nasty person. You didn't get me. Man, that would have been a great one, huh? That would have been a great one. I think I might have to buy market if it springs down there again. How big's our spread? About 20 cents I should expect to get off that position. Yeah, it's just not getting these perfect trades, you know. Again, the volume's pretty low, so it shouldn't slip much because it's just not that, 100 shares is just not that much, to get filled here. But what the market maker does to you. Their algorithm screws with you, so it makes more money, Damn, that was too bad, huh? That was an easy money recoil there. Strike, recoil, just like that. Perfect. Showed you what it looks like when it's beautiful like that, and we just couldn't get the move. 78. I didn't grab it because of the spread and the fact that I wanted to dip lower. Holding the 78. Okay, I'm going to try it. 96. Come on, guys. I don't know if that actually gave me money. I can't tell. I got out market too. Wow, did you see how bad that was? I was in the 80 cent and it gave me 03 above it. So this is a real problem. The ask and the bid is what I need to use. Okay, at least it filled that time. Yeah, this is a real problem going market. That was like 25 cents that it didn't give me. So that's really annoying. Tesla is now $10 down, $1,000 down on that trade. Or I don't even know. It might be more than that. I should probably look at it. No, so it's $914 down. But, so my whole day isn't as bad because of what I'm doing here. But, man, I hope that comes back because that's painful. For this account, it just doesn't have enough to, I don't want the whole month to go into the red. So, woo, look at that, baby. I'll take it. Oh, did you see how that slipped? I'm so dumb. Did you see how that slipped? Was that a slip? Yeah, that was a slip. Oh, man. I'm over the market because I'm thinking it might be a big spike down, so I don't want to miss it on the buy the bid. Like that. There we go. Again, I'm not getting greedy, guys. I'm just taking $20, $30 trades. And they add up. You do 500 a day, you've got 10,000 a month and 120,000 a year. Your average paycheck is 67,000 a year. So you're doing better than most people. You can get 500 a day, obviously. I remember I was originally, when I started this, I wanted $100 a day. Then I went to $1,000 a day, and now I'm up to 5,000 a day. And it's just a matter of share size and what you can, deal with, because if it scares you, then you're not going to be able to trade. So you've got to slowly build that up. One of the reasons I brought this over here was when you get in the trade, don't look at the money. Look at what you're trying to make. Are you trying to make 10 cents, 20 cents? What are you trying to make? Just look at that. That's going to show you how many pennies you are in that trade. So this is not actually available in this way yet, but you can get one of the ones that has all the candles that are listed across there, that has all this information, and even has the overall P&L. So it is available at the $1 Million Margin Club, a facsimile of this. Let me go back to buy the bid one more time and see if it spikes down there, if it gives it to me. I'll go for the just above the whole dollar. See if it fills me there. Too long. Recoil gone. I'm going to get out. Probably would have put me in at like 13 cents if I bought the... I'll try that. There we go. That time I got it, 93. Thought it was going to be 83, but still, I think that it's going to go back up, so I'm going to hold that for a sec. If it follows the status quo, this is going to be a good trade. Back to the VWAP. Let's go back to the VWAP. Definitely playing down here longer than it was. Not good. Volume goes up as it goes down. And there's a lot of baby greens there. I was looking for something bigger. Oh God, I got to get out of this trade. It's not pretty. There we go. It was acting different, so I didn't trust it. Let me do a smoothing level down here. What do we got, guys? Yeah, I don't have all that much longer, but well, I would normally trade till 12 to 12:30 with these guys. I kind of want to have some time to go to the other account for larger share size. I thought that this would get me out of the Tesla issue, but Tesla just keeps dropping, so that's going to be an ongoing saga, I'm afraid. Hope you guys are doing good and being careful. Definitely money to be made here. Even if you're just doing 5 shares, guys, it's just 2 shares. It's just money to be made. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. Don't just keep averaging in. I started at 2 shares and now I have 200. Wow, huh? That's below the 78 still. This is still, but it's acting different, you know? It's just not going back up. What's our volume? Our volume picked up. This was 38 a minute ago. We're below the EMA VWAP here, so this is showing. This is usually a sign that it's going to keep going down. So market's going down. What's the SPY doing? It's kind of going down. SPY's still a buck up. Q's like even 20 cents from its opening. Nvidia's about a buck down. No, it's not even a buck down. It's only like 20 cents down. Apple's $3 up. Tesla is $10 down. Ouch. AMD is $1 up. MU is $5 up still. So when you get caught in the micro here, kind of keep looking over at the 5-minute and see where your range really is, you know. There's your ATR down here and here. But we're up at the upper edge of the ATR. That's why shorting is, to me, it just seems like a better play to short off this level. The only thing we have here is the VWAP. Where's our... Yeah, our ATRs are like way down here somewhere. Look at the bottom. That's the market magnet is way over here. Oh, God. I have this set wrong again because I was doing a recording on it. Man, damn it. Guess that's why I'm not using that. I haven't even been using the market magnet. That should probably help me a bit. The magnet's right at the VWAP, right? Yeah, there's the VWAP, there's the magnet. So it's just backing it up. Man, I wish I had that on earlier. That would have given me some more confidence at that level. And there's the range. So that's another. The other thing is it gives us a range. And then it has its own high. There's the high of day right there. So you don't have to scan across the charts to see it. It comes in handy, and you can see the price action coming in, pulling it. So again, I haven't been using that. Too bad. It should probably help me. That might have been where I went wrong with Tesla. Sometimes it's hard to remember everything. I can read the data, you know, without the stuff, but it doesn't hurt to have it. I'm looking for ways to blame the Tesla trade on somebody. Would one of you like to take the blame, please? All right, so we got out of down here. Is 79 going to be your new little top? And what is our range from these things going here? 01, up to or down to where from there? Like it's just stopped dead. Look at that, it's not even moving. There, 27 cents all at once, up 40 cents. So going long would not have been a good, short would not have been a good move there. Okay, so it's getting up to where I want to short. I'm going to short it there. It picked me up. Tried it at 77. There we go. All right. I might have some pain for a minute, but I think this will end up being a good trade. So let's make sure we don't have any new news on this. This level, I don't want to see it past the 70-cent level there. We're going to drop off again. Like it should be. Does not look good, guys. It looks like it's about to go back up. This candle will say it all right here. Yeah, not good right now. Should be rejecting here, and it's not, so that's not a good sign. Do I want to double into this thing or just get out for a loss? Sometimes it's better just to lick your wounds and get out. Got that ATR right there, though, as a resistance, right there. Here comes the sellers. See them coming up. Getting a rickshaw man here. Boy. 80.51. Really want to add to this, guys, up here. Whoa, what was that? That didn't give me a chance to trade that. Did you see that? It's just algorithm. If you don't think funny games are going on, what was that? Nobody got that trade, but you know, whoever was doing that iceberg trade right there. Man. That's gonna blow some confidence from people right there. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I went in for 200 shares. Didn't pick me up. I'm getting out. I need a rejection here. This is the ATR half. It should reject here. I'm thinking about just taking a loss here. This isn't good news that it's not rejecting here. A minute ago I was adding to it, but it looks different now. It's ever vigilant watching these things. Yeah, that's not, that price action does not look good here. The fact that it did that weird algorithm is not making me feel happy. I'm trying to assess how that will affect this price action, if not at all, or people are going to read it. When you get an anomaly, you got to think about what's the crowd thinking right then, you know. Most of them just bail. So if I'd added to it, I would have a nice trade right now. I tried, but it wouldn't pick me up, so nothing I could do unless I went market. It's my time. Okay, yeah, we're getting low on time too, so we got to make some good trades or stop trading. There we go. Let's drop it down. You're over 12 cents here, so we want to see it break the 380 down. Looks like it's about to do that. There it goes. Now it should plummet a little bit more for me here. No, we want you to keep going down. Don't recover. Getting ready to take a lesser loss, honestly, because it's building up to break up again. There it goes. Come on, baby. Let's do it. Pray. We need the prayer indicator. Hadn't been in this bed together, we wouldn't be in this jam today. One strawberry said to the other. My mother's favorite joke. Nice, clean joke. Well, it's pretty racy for strawberries, but seriously, guys, I'm just going to have to get out of this for a lesser loss. I'm just going to get out. Too bad. I lost like 50 bucks there, but it's getting support here, so I'm not liking the look of it. That doesn't mean I won't go short again right up here, though. So I'm just looking at it. Ah, there it goes. There it goes. That's right. So, yeah, I was at 70 something cents, right? I don't know why I do this to myself, but I was kind of just tired of it. I just thought take a little lesser loss there. It wasn't that big a deal. Tesla's on the way back up. Come on, Tesla. Well, that's new ground for a while there, so right off that ATR half, which is the most respected, and I guess it is a fail off of it, and I would have made money. I just bailed out too soon. See that sellers just winning across the last 4 minutes. Magnet and the VWAP are pulling it down. Yeah, I've got just a couple of minutes left, guys. So my big thing today is hoping this, which is now going back up $2, is going to recover. That's where my big play is for today. And then we have a really good day if that recovers. So we're rooting for that. If not, then we'll call it a swing, and we'll still have a green day today. get a look at what that really means. So we have 440 here, so that's 200 over that. So we'll have about $202 if you don't count this. Now this is on its way back up. So this, I mean. So we hope that this comes out to a swing and then adds another 150 and makes us like 350 for the day. But I'm not going to be able to watch it. Might be back for the. I don't think I'm going because I have another appointment today. So, so I'm going to hold that into the what I have it set for. But I might be able to take one more trade here. Let's see if it gets up here again, and I go short off the higher level up there, which is 60. There we go. I'm in now. It's 67. And for a little bigger move down than that, that's at 56. Let's try to get it into the 40s or 30 cents down there. You can see it here. So I'd like to go for short up into the there it is. Or no, I'm short. Yeah, right. So I want it to go down to, why is that reading? Oh, it's just telling if I'm in the money or not. That's how many cents. Yeah. This is telling you what direction. Okay. Huh. I wonder if I should change that to just not be a color at all, you know. All right, so I tried to get out there at 45, which is a 22-cent trade or $22. Stopped a couple of times to get it. So I got back almost half of what I just lost a second ago, but off that trade. But I'm going to have to call it a day, guys, because I got to run to the other account for at least a half hour, and then I got to run to another appointment. So I hope you guys did well. And if you're on that Tesla swing, let's keep our fingers crossed and go green out there. And I'll be back. We'll get an update on what we're doing. Well, in the morning. I'm definitely here in the morning. So, all right. See you soon, guys. Be careful. Go green.